To other news now, and the Parliamentary Committee on Appointments has begun working on its recommendations for each of the 16 Cabinet Secretary nominees. The committee, which concluded the vetting of the nominees last evening, is holding a retreat at the Windsor Hotel to prepare a report that will be tabled before the National Assembly. But even as the committee evaluates the nominees, some critics have dismissed the vetting exercise as a mere formality which failed to address pertinent issues or raise the hard questions.
From the era of roadside declarations and appointments by previous regimes, the dawn of a new constitution redefined the mode of appointments into public office.
And so I ask you one question, very specific question. Are you gay, Dr. Mutunga?
I'm not gay.
From the vetting of judges by the Judges and Magistrates Vetting Board to the second search for the Deputy Chief Justice by the Judicial Service Commission, the process of appointments into public office has been given a whole new meaning.
Every time we talk about the Conservatives, the Treasury, your name keeps coming up.
I am a reformer in government. You can see it for yourself.
And the committee came back to Parliament and they also exonerated me of any wrongdoing.
But critics are not giving a thumbs up to the just concluded vetting of Cabinet Secretary nominees by the Parliamentary Committee on Appointments.
What we saw were basically conversations between the nominees and the committee that is in charge of vetting.
The National Civil Society Congress says the vetting was a mere formality which failed to address pertinent issues even when questions had been raised through sworn affidavits.
The nominees were let off in a very easy manner. Some of the complaints that members of the public brought to the fore were really not very well looked at.
With just 3 days to vet 16 nominees, the nominees had 1.5 hours each before the Appointments Committee, with some nominees like Charity Ngilu being questioned for 2 hours.
We need to strengthen the vetting process itself. We need to look at the law afresh and say, how do we apply this law as a tool? Otherwise, we'll continue to have basically a sham.
Amid the criticism, the Committee on Appointments is now working on its report. The 28-member committee retreated to the Windsor Hotel to work on the report, which is expected to be tabled before Parliament on Tuesday. The committee says it knows exactly what it is looking for and will use benchmarks provided for under the law.
We have to look at issues to do with the integrity of the person and see whether there is any material that has come out or that members may have against each individual nominee. After that, we will sift it through against the requirements of the law.
President Uhuru Kenyatta is yet to name Cabinet Secretary nominees to the Interior and Coordination of National Government and Labour, Social Security and Services dockets. Rita Tinina, KTN.